Welcome all. So today we will learn this retarded potentials and potential functions. We will also see why we require this retarded potential. So let us start. As we know, we have two types of potentials in electromagnetics. One is called as a scalar potential or electric potential. So we have this electric potential that is given by V, and we also have this magnetic potential. A. So this is also called as scalar potential, and this is vector. Okay, so arrow above this A signifies a vector. Now we know that we have already seen this. We can find out this V by using this formula, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught volume integral of this charge density divided by this distance where we want to find out this scalar potential dV. This V is different. Okay, so this V is volume. Okay, so this capital V is potential, this V is volume. Don't confuse in this. And similarly we can easily find out value of A by using this formula, is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi volume integral of current density divided by the distance where we want to find out this value. So these two formulas are used to find out value of V and A. Now what happened if you see here, this voltage or electric potential is a function of this rho, and this A is function of J. Now if this rho is changing with time, is function of time, that may be a function of time, and this change is very large with time. So if we can say that this rho and J is changing very fast with respect to time. Okay, so frequency of change is high. Frequency of change is very high, and this distance R where we want to find out this effect of V and A. Okay, let us say this is a transmitter here. Okay, and this R distance apart from that antenna, we want to find out V, capital V. Okay, V and A. If we want to find out V and A, R distance apart, and R is greater than this frequency of change or this wavelength of change, lambda, then we have to consider this time taken by this wave to travel from that point to that point. Okay, when you consider a delay effect in this, okay, then this potential is called as retarded potential, because it will take some time to reach from that transmitted antenna to that point where we want to calculate it. So when you consider that time delay to reach that potential here at that point from this antenna to that point, so that potential is called retarded potential. So we will see how we can derive this. Okay, we have already derived these formulas. You can see my previous videos. So V and A, we know that these are the formulas, but here we are going to derive it in terms of retarded potential. So let us start with the basic terms. So we know that this del dot B is equal to 0. Now if del dot B is equal to 0, we know that this magnetic field density is divergenceless. If it is divergenceless, we can write this in terms of curl of another vector. So B is equal to del cross A. We can write it. Okay, this is Tesla. Similarly, we know that this del cross E is equal to 0 for electrostatic case. For electrostatic case, del cross E is equal to 0. Although for this, if this is changing with time, electric field is changing with time, we can also have this relation. Okay, this was a Faraday law. For electrostatic case, this was the value. If any field is curlless, you can write it in terms of gradient of any scalar. So E is equal to del V. If del cross E is equal to 0, then E is equal to minus del V. Now see here, this is for these two equations are for electrostatic. Okay, we have not considered this time rate of change of this any quantity. So this, if this is 0, okay, curl B upon curl T is 0, then this del cross E will be equal to 0. Now see here, put the value B. What is B? B is equal to del cross A. We have this value. So put this value. It implies that del cross E is equal to what? Minus curl by curl T del cross A. Okay, take it left hand side and take this curl common. So it implies that del cross E curl A upon curl T is equal to 0. Now consider this E plus curl A upon curl T a single term. So now we can write this. It implies that this whole term curl A by curl T is equal to minus del V. So this is how electric field intensity, magnetic potential and electric potentials are related when we have a time variation. Now if this for the electrostatic case, that term will be 0. So this equation, we will have this equation, E is equal to minus del V if this curl A upon curl T is 0. So unit will be volt per meter. Now we want to study this retarded potential. We have already seen these two equations. V is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon, this equation. So these equations are applicable in this, where we can say that if we have quasi-static fields. What are the quasi-static fields? The fields is not changing much. You can say that these rho and j, if they are changing with time, okay, they are changing slowly. Okay, they are changing with low frequency. Their frequency of change is very slow. And this distance where we want to measure this their effect, which is less than their wavelength. Okay, for that case is called as a quasi-static field. Then we can use these formulas. Okay, we can use these formulas. But let us consider this rate of change of this rho and j with respect to time is very large. So frequency of change is very large, and if this r is very greater than this lambda wavelength, then we cannot use these formulas. Okay, we have to consider this retarded effect, because if this is a transmitter, it is transmitting a particular wave, although it is traveling with the speed of light, but it will take some time to reach here. Okay, whether this time is in nanosecond, microsecond, millisecond, but it will take some time to cover this distance r. So when you consider this effect, this delay effect, okay, then the potential is called retarded potential. Okay, so if distance is r, if this speed of velocity of travel of these electromagnetic waves is u, so time taken will be distance upon velocity. So that much time will be taken by these waves to travel from that point to that point. If you consider this delay in these potentials, the potential is called retarded potential. So we will derive it. We have seen this here. So let us write this term del cross A. So what will be its value? We know that this del cross A is B, so that will be equal to del cross B. And what is this del cross B? You know that is mu j plus mu curl D upon curl T. We know that. Okay, so we can write here. So open this triple cross product. We also know that we can open this triple cross product, and we can get this del dot A minus del square A will be equal to, what is this? This is mu j. Put this value of D is equal to epsilon E. We know that D is related with E by using this formula. So put the value. So you will get epsilon mu curl E upon curl T. Okay. So now put this value. What is E from here? What is E now? We have changed the value of E. So value of E is this one. Rearrange this. Value of E is minus del V minus curl A upon curl T. So put this value here in this equation. You will get, put this. So that will be equal to mu j plus epsilon mu curl by curl T of what? Minus del V minus curl A upon curl T. Okay, so this will remain as it is, del dot A minus del square A. So rearrange it, open this bracket, cross multiply. So I am taking this term at first place. So del square A, open this bracket, cross multiply. So that term will be multiplied by this. I am taking it to the left hand side of this equal to. So minus mu epsilon curl square A curl T square is equal to minus mu j, this term. Now take this del common from the remaining terms, you will get this term. Take it right hand side of this equal to, so you will get del dot A plus mu epsilon curl V upon curl T. So this is what we get here. Now here you can see this term. We have this value of curl of A. Curl of A is B, we have already seen, and we are free to define this divergence of A. Okay, so we can say that divergence of A, we can assume divergence of A, or this whole term, this is assumption, is equal to 0, and this assumption is called as Lorentz condition. Okay. This assumption is called as Lorentz condition. So simple, we have this value of curl of A, any vector, because A is vector, so we have to define both curl as well as divergence of A. So we are free to choose the divergence. For simplicity, we assume that this del dot A is equal to what? Okay, we have assumed here del dot A is equal to minus mu epsilon curl V upon curl T. So take it left hand side, so that condition is Lorentz condition. So if this is equal to 0, okay, if this is equal to 0, then this equation will reduce to, del square A minus mu epsilon curl square A curl T square is equal to minus mu J. So you have to remember this equation. Let us say this is equation 1. Now this is second order partial differential equation, and this equation is called as non-homogeneous wave equation for vector potential, because this equation is for A, and solution of this equation will give you value of vector potential. Now here we have this term mu epsilon, and it is related with the velocity of light. We know that 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So that will be equal to velocity of light, that term. Now similarly, similar to this equation, we can find out this equation for second order partial differential equation for scalar potential. So we can write here. Let us start with this. We know that del dot E is equal to rho by epsilon by Gauss law. And what is E? What is the value of E? We have already derived this value. So del dot, what was that value? Del V minus curl A upon curl T. That was the value. That is equal to rho by epsilon. Okay. So open this bracket and cross multiply. You will get, it implies that del square V plus curl by curl T del dot A is equal to what? minus rho by epsilon. Okay, simple. We have opened this bracket and multiplied. So what was that del dot A by using that Lorentz equation? So that was the value. Del dot A was minus mu epsilon curl V upon curl T. Put that value here. Okay. Put that value here. So we will get del square V plus curl by curl T minus mu epsilon curl V by curl T is equal to minus rho by epsilon. So solve it, open this bracket, multiply and rearrange this. You will get del square V minus mu epsilon curl square V curl T square is equal to minus rho by epsilon. So similarly we have found this equation. This is again second order partial differential equation, and let us say this is equation 2. Solution of this equation will give you the value of V, and this is called as non-homogeneous wave equation for scalar potential. Okay, scalar potential. So now we need to find out solution of these two equations, equation 1 and equation 2, to find out this retarded potential. Okay, now two solutions are possible of these equations. So from these equations, by solving these equations, we can get this. Now this from the first equation we can get the value of A, and this value of A will be find out in terms of let us say this is a transmitter here. So solution of these two equations will give you, and here is a receiver. You may have a receiver or any other detector here, and if this distance is capital R, okay, and a particular wave is transmitted with velocity u. So we need to find out the solution. We want to find out here at the receiver value of A and V. Okay, so what will be the solution? Value of V will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon volume integral. Now this charge density rho will be equal to T, it is varying with time, and this delay effect also considered, T minus T naught, okay, divided by R. Similarly for this A, R comma T will be equal to what? Mu upon 4 pi volume integral J T minus T naught divided by R dV. Okay, now this T naught is time taken by this wave to travel from transmitter to that receiver. So T naught is equal to what? T naught is equal to distance upon velocity mu. So you can put this value T naught here. So T naught, this rho will be equal to T minus this one. Similarly J will be equal to this one. Now if you compare with the simple we have also written that V, if you are not considering this time variation here, so V, what was the VR? VR was 1 upon 4 pi epsilon V rho by R dV. Okay, so that was the simple potential. But here we have considered the retarded effect, time taken from that wave to travel from that transmitter to receiver. Similarly, what was A R? It was mu upon 4 pi. Okay, so here this retarded potential is very important as far as this electromagnetic wave travel is concerned. So here we have considered this time for electromagnetic wave to travel and for the effect of time varying charge and current at a distance r. Okay, what will be the effect here? Okay, so we have considered that in terms of retarded potential, and when we will use these antennas, we use this retarded potential. Okay, so for the time being we are closing now.